Somebody needs to call Mona Scott Young ASAP because this reality TV drama just turned into a full-fledged crime scene. Kirk Frost and Mendeecees in handcuffs? Oh, this ain't no staged reunion fight, this is real-life jail time drama. How did we go from messy relationships and cheating scandals to straight-up mugshots? Was Yandy the reason? Kendra? Or did somebody finally get tired of Kirk's non-stop nonsense? Witnesses say security couldn't stop the chaos. Furniture was flying, fists were thrown, and now Kirk and Mendeecees are facing some serious legal trouble. Did Yandy come to Mendeecees' rescue? Is Rashida standing by Kirk's side for good? And in all this madness, where was young Jock? Oh, don't even trip. You won't believe what really went down. We've got all the details and the leaked footage, so sit back, hit that like button, and let's dive straight into this insanity. Even though Kirk Frost and Mendeecees are big enough names to carry a whole season of love and hip-hop, this right here, they might have never been caught up in something this wild. Are you telling me these two grown men, fathers, businessmen, just got arrested for a brawl straight out of a WWE match? You know Yandy, Kendra, and young Jock were somewhere nearby stirring the pot like it was Thanksgiving dinner. Let's not pretend the instigators weren't in full effect. Before we even get into the details of this insane takedown, let's be real. Drama ain't new to Mendeecees and Kirk. These two stay in controversy, whether it's financial fraud, cheating scandals, or straight-up mess. But this time, this ain't just rumors. And enough is enough. The internet is in flames, the streets are buzzing, and even the police had to step in. So what exactly went down that led to them being cuffed, booked, and slapped with some serious charges? I promise you, this is reality TV gone off the rails, so you better grab some popcorn. It all started at a high-end nightclub in Atlanta. Because, of course, it did. Kirk Frost, after spending a decade proving he's the king of messy behavior, was spotted getting way too comfortable with a woman, who was most definitely not Rashida. You'd think he'd learn his lesson after all these years of public humiliation. But nope. Laughing, drinking, whispering sweet nothings like his whole marriage wasn't on the line. Kirk was wildin'. Meanwhile, across the club, Mendeecees was already on edge. Word is he and Yandy had been going at it all day over something that happened on the Love and Hip Hop set. Apparently, Yandy was still bitter over that whole fake wedding stunt from years ago. You remember that? When Mendeecees let Yandy believe they were legally married only for her to find out the paperwork was never filed? Yeah, she hasn't forgotten. And from the way things were looking, she had no plans to let him forget either. So there's Mendeecees sitting in VIP already irritated, when who does he spot across the room? Kirk. Not just that, Kirk all cozied up with another woman. Now, normally Mendeecees wouldn't care, but reality stars live for the drama. The last thing he needed was for Yandy to find out he saw Kirk creeping and said nothing, especially since Yandy and Rashida are tight. So what does Mendeecees do? He decides to confront Kirk right then and there, because why not pour gas on the fire? According to witnesses, Mendeecees stormed straight over to Kirk's section and started going off. No warning, no build-up, just straight smoke. And Kirk? Oh, he tried to brush it off like he always does. Come on, man, you know how it is, he told Mendeecees, like that was supposed to smooth things over. But Mendeecees wasn't having it. He started yelling about how Kirk was embarrassing his family again, how Rashida didn't deserve this, and how he should be ashamed of himself. And Kirk? Instead of shutting it down, he snapped back. Man, worry about your own marriage before coming at me. Oh, that was the wrong thing to say. Because if there's one thing about Mendeecees, he does not like being reminded of his own dirt. And Kirk? Yeah, he hit that nerve. And just like that, all hell broke loose. Security tried to jump in as Mendeecees lunged at Kirk. Drinks went flying, but it was already too late. And before anyone could blink, guess who was in the middle of the madness? Young Jock. Yes, young Jock, trying to break things up. Now, why was Jock even there? That's a mystery we may never solve. But one thing's for sure, he did not make things better. Instead of calming things down, Jock started running his mouth. Man, y'all gotta chill. Kirk's been wildin' out for years. And just like that, Mendeecees' attention shifted straight to Jock. The club was in complete chaos. Tables flipping, people screaming, security struggling to contain the mess. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any crazier, Kendra walked in. Sis should have been at home minding her business. But nope. She stepped right into the fire. And when she saw Kirk with that woman, oh, it was over. Her face? Pure shock. Because not only did she see her husband in the middle of a brawl, she recognized the woman Kirk was with. And just like that, the drama went from a 10 to a 100 real quick, Kendra snapped. She started yelling, pointing fingers, causing such a scene that the police showed up before security could even get a handle on the situation. And that is how Kirk Frost and Mendeecees ended up in handcuffs, looking like two fools who couldn't control their hands or their egos. The nightclub went from chaotic to straight up dangerous as red and blue lights flooded the space. Security was exhausted from trying and failing to stop the madness. People were scrambling, phones were recording, and Kirk and Mendeecees, they were hauled off in the back of a police car, leaving behind one of the messiest nights in love and hip-hop history. So, what happens now? Will Kirk and Mendeecees face real charges? Will Rashida finally have enough? And what was young Jock even doing there? The streets are talking, the footage is circulating, and you already know this is far from over. Let's just hope they have good lawyers, because this drama, it's no longer just reality TV, it's real life. And right in the middle of it all, Kirk Frost and Em were still fuming, still talking trash, but now they were in serious trouble. The Atlanta Police Department was not here to play. One look at the scene, tables flipped, drinks spilled, people screaming, and they immediately started making arrests. And guess who they went for first? Em and Kirk. Em's heart had to drop when he saw those cops coming. This man had been tangled in legal drama for years. The last thing he needed was to be put in handcuffs again after finally getting out and staying on parole. But Kirk? Oh, he still thought he could talk his way out of it. Witnesses say he was trying to act all composed, telling the officers, "Come on, man, this ain't nothing, just a small misunderstanding." But the police weren't buying it. Multiple people had already told them that Kirk and Em were the ones who started the whole mess. Meanwhile, young Jock, who somehow managed to dodge getting arrested, was standing in the corner, running his mouth. Dude, this is crazy. Y'all really locking them up over some club drama? Y'all literally made it worse. Sir, maybe you should sit this one out. Just when it seemed like Kirk and Em were the only ones going down, things took another wild turn. Remember Kendra? Oh, sweetheart, she was determined to make this night even messier. While the cops were dealing with Kirk and Em, Kendra was still popping off about the woman Kirk had been messing with. And then she tried to swing on her. Yes, you heard that right. Kendra, who's supposed to be the classy, put-together lawyer, completely lost her professionalism and went full-on love and hip-hop mode. Security had to grab her before she could land a hit. And at that point, the police were done. One of the officers yelled, "That's it! She's coming with us too!" And just like that, Kendra was thrown in the back of the squad car right next to her husband. Meanwhile, Yandy had been watching the entire mess unfold like she was at a movie premiere. But letting Em get locked up without causing a scene? Oh, you know that wasn't happening. The moment they started cuffing Em, Yandy ran up screaming, "Oh hell no, y'all are not taking my husband for this." But the police weren't in the mood. "Ma'am, if you don't back up, you're coming too," one of them warned. And just like that, Yandy switched gears real quick. Say what you want about her, but she knows when to pick her battles. So now Kirk, Em, and Kendra were all locked up. And the internet? Oh, it went into a full meltdown the second those mugshots dropped. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everyone went absolutely crazy. People roasted Kirk for getting caught cheating again, clowned Em for being Atlanta's most unbothered husband turned street preacher, and Kendra, they dragged her for filth. One viral tweet read, "Kendra out here fighting side chicks while her man is sitting in jail grinning like it's a family reunion photo." Another, "Somebody tell Kirk that Rashida ain't saving him this time." Speaking of Rashida, what role did she play in all this? Sources say she was at home, minding her business like she always does. But the second she got that call about Kirk's arrest, oh, she snapped. Insiders say Rashida was done. Like, pack your bags, we're getting a divorce, done. And let's be real, Kirk has been playing in this woman's face for years. Eventually, enough is enough. But Kirk? Oh, he thought he could fix it. Apparently, this man was calling Rashida from jail, using the same tired excuses he's been pulling for the past decade. And guess what Rashida did? She hung up on him. Yes, exactly. Sources say she didn't even let him finish his sentence, just hit him with a click and went on about her day. And honestly, good for her. Because if Kirk hasn't learned by now, he never will. Back to the jail situation. So Kirk, Em, and Kendra were all sitting behind bars, waiting to find out what charges they were actually facing. And baby, the list was long. Disorderly conduct, public intoxication, disturbing the peace, resisting arrest. And Kendra, she got hit with an extra charge, attempted assault. At this point, everyone was scrambling to figure out who was posting bail first. And let's just say, not everybody was feeling generous. Rumor has it, Yandy refused to bail Em out right away. Yep, you heard that right. She was furious and wanted him to think about his actions by sitting in there for a little while. As for Kirk, he was counting on Rashida to come through, but after that phone call, yeah, he needed to start rethinking his entire life. And Kendra? Sources say young Jock was working behind the scenes to get her out because, let's be real, if Kendra had to spend even one night in jail, Jock would be looking at divorce papers by morning, baby. Meanwhile, the internet kept eating up every second of this drama. Reality stars were chiming in, fans were comparing their mugshots side by side, and even some celebrities couldn't help but join in on the mess. One of the most embarrassing comments? 50 Cent hopped on Instagram and said, "Man Love and Hip Hop got more arrests than the Super Bowl." And honestly, he wasn't lying. But here's the real gag. The judge wasn't about to let them off easy. This wasn't just some random drama. There were witnesses, there was video footage, and this all went down at an elite club. The moment the judge reviewed everything, it was clear. This situation was far from over. The moment the courtroom footage started playing, the entire vibe shifted. You could feel the energy in the room change in real time. The judge leaned back, arms folded, shaking their head. "Oh, so this is what we're dealing with," they muttered, watching the chaos unfold on the screen. The footage captured everything. Kirk, losing his mind, fists flying, Kendra in full attack mode, security struggling to break it up, and the police stepping in like they were shutting down a WWE SmackDown event. And if that wasn't enough, the audio made it even worse. "You don't want these troubles, bro," Mendeecees warned. "You got me screwed, man. Watch yourself," Kirk fired back. "I know you did not just disrespect me like that." Kendra screamed. This wasn't just some minor bar scuffle, this was undeniable proof of a full-on brawl. And the judge? Not impressed. As soon as the video ended, they adjusted their glasses and let out a deep sigh. "Let me get this straight. You three grown adults thought bringing a WWE SmackDown to an upscale nightclub was appropriate?" Kirk, Kendra, and Mendeecees sat there, looking like kids caught stealing candy. Then the judge started handing out reality checks. First up, Mendeecees. "Mr. Harris," the judge said sternly, "you've had your fair share of legal troubles. You've been trying to stay clean, and now you're back in my courtroom over a nightclub brawl." Mendeecees tried to explain, "Your Honor, it wasn't like that. I was just..." "Oh no, it was exactly like that," the judge cut him off. "Because I just saw the footage." Then came Kirk's turn. The judge was ready. "Mr. Frost, I almost feel embarrassed for you, a middle-aged man acting like a reckless teenager causing chaos in clubs. And let's not forget, you are the reason. This entire situation escalated. Your reckless decisions, your inability to stay loyal, your complete lack of self-control." Kirk had nothing to say. He just sat there, looking like he wished the earth would swallow him whole. And then Kendra. The judge saved some extra heat for her. "Mrs. Robinson, as an attorney, your job is to uphold the law, not break it. Yet I just watched you try to physically assault another woman. Do you have any idea how unprofessional and ridiculous that looks?" Kendra knew she had messed up. Tears welled up in her eyes. Then came the sentencing. "After reviewing the evidence, here's what I've decided. Mr. Frost, you will pay $10,000 in fines and undergo mandatory anger management and infidelity counseling." Yes, you heard me right. Infidelity counseling. The courtroom erupted. Then the judge turned to Mendeecees. "Mr. Harris, given your record, I'm sentencing you to 30 days in county jail. Maybe some time away from the nightlife will help you rethink your choices." And finally, Kendra. "Mrs. Robinson, your actions were unacceptable. You will be fined $5,000, placed on professional probation, and required to complete a rehabilitation program for public misconduct. Any further violations, and you risk losing your law license." It was a wrap. Mendeecees looked furious, mumbling under his breath, "This is some bull." before Yandy nudged him. Boy, shut up before they add more time. Kirk? He looked sick. The only thing running through his mind was, how am I going to explain this to Rashida and Kendra? She was seconds away from a full meltdown. But let me tell you something. Rashida wasn't waiting around. While Kirk sat in court looking dumb, she was out here posting cryptic Instagram messages like, "A queen knows when to walk away," and "There's no negotiating respect. Some people will never change." Oh, she was done. And the fans, they were eating this up. Twitter was roasting Kirk with one user writing, "Bro went from I'm the man of the house to I'm in court for acting." A fool at the club real quick. The memes were iconic. Someone slapped Kirk's mugshot onto a picture of Rashida walking away with the caption, "Boy, bye." Meanwhile, Yandy was trying to do damage control. "As a family, we are dealing with this privately," she said. But the shade came when she added, "I just think some men forget they're too old for this drama." Oh, Mendeecees was definitely the target of that one. Then there was young Jock running his mouth on Instagram Live. All I'm saying is, y'all see what happens when people don't know how to act? I tried to warn them. Boy, please, you started this. And Kendra's law firm, they were not happy. Word on the street is that they issued a statement saying, "We do not condone unprofessional behavior." Imagine working your whole life to become a lawyer, only to land on the no-hire list because you wanted to fight over Kirk Frost. The funniest reaction? 50 Cent, of course. He shared Kirk and Mendeecees mugshots with the caption, "Love and I'm Warfurim Hip-Hop Locked Up Edition," coming up next on VH1. Honestly, he might not be wrong. So what's next? Kirk is scrambling to save his marriage. Mendeecees is counting down the days until his release. Kendra is praying her legal career survives. And Rashida, she's out. I can already see it. And the fans? We'll be watching every single second of this mess unfold. So what do y'all think? Is this the final straw for Kirk and Rashida? Will Kendra lose her job? And is Mendeecees really about to do 30 days in jail over a club fight? The tea is still boiling, baby. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This story is far from over. Stay tuned.